raisins either?
I don't like raisins either.
Girl.
I know. I can
You,
eat a grape. When
you had a bad raising up. You missed all the good stuff.
like like it's all wrinkly and I don't.
Uh-oh.
Give me that texture like the mushroom. Sorry, y'all. We was talking beforehand. You know how mushroom is all squishy.
No.
I don't. I
A
don't.
mushroom is not mushy.
And what is it then? What is it? 'Cause it's all
It's
spongy like.
it's firm until you touch it.
See, I'm gonna have to go to Renaissance Grandma or somebody to get a good meal with the mushroom because just me looking at a mushroom, I will pick it off a pizza or what have you. But anywho, hello everybody. Welcome in. We have the fabulous Renaissance Grandma. We all know her on the YouTube streets, the patio gardener. She's trying to teach us how to eat better. And today she's going to be talking about her YouTube channel and all about the items that she makes at home. So welcome in Renaissance Grandma. Yeah.
Welcome everyone.
Hello,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Hello,
Thank you
welcome,
so
Grandma.
much for the invite.
You are so very welcome. We got about 14 people up in here already, a minute in. So if you do not, well, let's say hi to everybody first. Sorry. Let's see. We have the fabulous Crooked Peach. I caught her premiere this morning. Bias, how you doing, Queen? Uh, Crooked Peach is gonna buy a shirt from Bias. Hey, Cece, how you doing? We got South Florida Sunshine.
Good morning.
Morning,
Good
everybody.
morning, everyone.
Morning, swoop. There it is. Miss Laura's Garden, Dolores, Passionately Intrigued Arts. Happy Monday, everybody. Alleged Farmer.
Morning.
Has, if somebody could just please just send me Alleged Farmer's like a link so I can find his channel. I done put @ and Alleged Farmer. I typed in Alleged. I can't find them.
I couldn't either. I couldn't either.
And I can't grab it while I'm here because I'm up here on the panel. So I've been trying to find this man for about like a week. Let me see. Riri, welcome in. Always good to see Cruz. What did Broke Farmer say? The famous moderator.
Hi, G Mama.
All right, I think that's about everybody. Everybody else is in the bushes. So if you don't mind, could you tell everybody about your channel? What yeah, let's start with tell us about your channel.
Okay, about my channel. I do a lot of everything on my channel. I do not have a niche, although herbs are my favorite because I've been doing them forever. But I do a lot of things. I cook plant-based food. I have a patio garden. I have a hydroponic garden. I, if I'm in the stores and I see things, I might take a picture of that. I take a picture of just about anything that I know that we as a group are interested in.
Mhm.
So it's material is everywhere. For the ones who are struggling to think, I don't know what to do, material is everywhere. You know, just like the new generation. Everything that happens on the street, it's caught on video these days.
Right.
That's the same thing for a creator. If you think that you cannot find things to talk about or to show, if you know that's what we're into, videotape it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's material right there. So yeah, and
Excuse me, sorry.
I like I said, I know people who eat like me with a lot of restrictions. So that's why I like to share those type of meals. I know everyone is in gardening. I share those type of meals. And because I do a lot of things, a lot of us do tinctures, but we are, and I can guarantee you we all don't do them the same. I'm sure we all don't have the same ingredients in our tinctures or whatever we make. So that's why it's so good to share what we can share because some people can't share everything. Because if you decide to want to patent something, one of the questions that the lawyer will ask you is who else knows this recipe? Okay, so if you think down the line you have something that might be gold, you don't want to share your recipe because that could be your future money. So yeah, I mean, I do a lot of things on my show on my channel. So
That's awesome.
and I do share a lot and people ask me a lot of questions because I do the products, and they know I know some things about herbs, which I'll tell you so much about what I know, but because you don't want people to just run out and start doing what you're doing, and they may be allergic to what you use. So that's why we always encourage them to do your own research, especially if you're on medication, especially if you have allergies. We all cannot do the same thing. We can get the same results in the end after you do your research and find out what you can put in your tincture or concoction. That's my favorite word because I call myself the concoction queen. Because I would whip up something. I mean, I would just whip up something. You could just tell me this is going on with me. And
Okay.
I will always tell you, I can't guarantee you this is going to work for you. I said, but I will make it up and we'll see. And that's how I came about on some of my recipes.
Okay. So how did you come about to bringing your recipes onto YouTube? How did you get to YouTube?
Well, I came to YouTube by accident because I am one of those who you hear that the only time I ever come to YouTube is maybe to listen to some music, to fix something. You buy something, and I'm really good for that because I got some things right now. Because sometimes you just don't understand the lingo when you're reading it. So my thing is to find my product on YouTube and let them show me because I'm a hands-on person. I need to see what you're doing.
Right.
And that helps me. So that was the only thing I ever did on YouTube. And so I did run across a few, people, and how they do. They say, "Oh, go visit so and so, and go visit so and so," and then when you get to them, then they say, "Oh, you need." And so that's how all this begins. They keep recommending you go visit someone else until you visiting 5,000 people,
Right.
which is why we cannot watch everybody's material because we are watching so many people, And
Yes.
I can tell you right off, if I don't catch your live, 9 times out of 10, I will not be able to catch it later. Some of them I do, depending on what the title is. If it's something that I know I need to do or it relates to something, oh, I needed to know that, then I will look at your live. But other than that, it is hard to go back and do a replay, especially when you look at it and see that it's 3, 4, 5 hours long.
Hmm.
We all are busy. Nobody has time. And the best time to listen to a live that long is when you aren't in the garden. But everybody is always live. So even that's hard. You be thinking, okay, I'm getting ready to go out in the garden, which I have done that a lot, and I would put on someone, and then I found out so and so was live, so and so was live. I could have been listening to that also. So don't ever get mad because someone cannot look or listen to your material because this thing is just going and going and going and going. Somebody's always live. Somebody's replays is always up. Somebody's premiere is always going. So we are doing the very best we can to catch whatever we can. So that's how I got into it. I just tuned into one person just because I saw the title and I said, "Oh, I want to see this." And then they threw out these names and it went on and on and on. And here I am.
Okay.
And I had no intentions on starting. I always said, "Oh, nope, that's not for me. I don't like being in front of the public. I am one of them people that I cannot do public speaking. I guess it's kind of easy with me across this. But when I do public speaking, I guarantee you, I get dizzy, my head starts spinning.
Well, please don't do public.
I cannot do public
I,
speaking.
I don't know how to do
If you
911 on
want
here.
me, just
So don't do nothing
Go
wrong because
ahead.
I'm not calling 911.
Yeah, I think virtual. Oh, did she freeze up?
Come back, my Renaissance grandma. Come back.
I think like virtual is okay because you're at home, you're comfortable versus
Mhm.
like actually looking at the people and they're looking right back at you. It's kind of different.
And not even that. We can't catch up on everybody due to the fact that even though we watching these videos and stuff, we're still living, we're still working, we're still going in and out the house doing things. Now, the best time
Am I
for me to
back?
catch,
Yes, you're
yes,
back.
you're back.
Oh, okay. It's
Best time.
storming, so
Oh, okay. Best time for me to catch somebody when they got a long live. That's when I'm in the car going somewhere. I turn it on and I
yeah.
listen to it,
Mhm.
or I even watch it while I'm in the car driving. But I'm not really watching it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, y'all don't listen to that. I'm not watching it. I'm driving.
Yeah. Tampa, wherever you are. You hear that? Just listen. Just
Yeah.
listen, Tampa.
Oh Lord. So if you guys do not know, my Renaissance grandma, she also has an Etsy. You want to share that info with everybody?
Okay, so how Etsy started. That's something else that was not planned.
Mhm.
Someone may have just asked me a question about, oh, that smells so good. What's the name of that? Where'd you buy that? And I was like, I made it. You made it? Yeah. Then someone might have asked something about my skin, or somebody may have asked about something. And so one girl really was trying to be smart alecky one day in the hall. She said, I heard you make, I can't remember exactly what she said that day. She said, but I heard you make such and such. And I was like, yeah. And then so she thought she was being smart. She said, well, do you make such and such? I was like, yeah. Well, do you make stuff to grow hair? I was like, yeah. She was like, what? She said, why are you keeping these secrets? I'm like, I just do these things. This is me. I've always been, I'm not 100% natural. We could never be. I'm not 100% herbal. We could never be. But a great deal of my life was natural and herbal. So it
Mhm.
wasn't something that I thought to change. It was what I did for my family.
Mhm.
And so she said, well, you need to sell this. And I said, I don't know anything about, selling anything. And she said, well, why don't you generate a list, come up with a price, and then pass off the flyers? And I was like, well, I guess I could do that. So I did that. And everything, because I figured like I was not a professional, in the professional business. So everything was pretty much on the low end, which, hurt, because these products are not cheap. And today they are really not cheap. They have gone
Yeah.
up tremendously from the time I started. So I generated a list, and then people was like learning through other people and through other people. And then they started coming to my department. I'm like, oh my God. They go, is Lady V here? I want some of this so and so. And I was like, oh my God. And so what I did was I made a folder, and I would take it to certain people, and I said, just keep this in your personal stuff at your desk. And if someone comes up to ask about me, just give them a flyer. So that's how it started. And so then it just started getting a little bigger and bigger. And then people were buying things and shipping it to their relatives, especially if it was working for them and they knew they had relatives that need, especially my pain oil, which you don't see on my Etsy account because Etsy removed it a couple years ago, or they sent me an email and say they had to remove it because it's a law now, which we all know they don't want anything that's not in the store, man-made by the pharmaceuticals. They don't want it sold, so they had to remove it. But these people were buying these products and shipping it out of town. So then they start saying, well, can you ship this for me? And so that's when Etsy came about. I'm like, okay, yeah, I could do that, because these people was just shipping, they were spending a lot of their money just shipping. And then they got tired of buying it for their relatives because it was actually coming out of their own pocket. They were like,
Right.
done with this, I got her started, or I got him started. Now he needs to buy this himself. So that's how Etsy came about. So
Okay. So what's all on the Etsy? Give us a little brief. I know you, girl. Do you have the toothpaste on the Etsy?
Toothpaste.
I
Oh,
do not. There are okay, so that's another thing I need to say. Just in talking, when you hear me talking, or if you see a video of me doing things, just know everything. I only have, I think, 12 items on Etsy.
Okay.
Number one, you have to pay for these items to be on Etsy. If it's not a popular item and rarely sells, that's money you that's going down the drain.
mhm.
So you don't put everything on Etsy. So a lot of my things are only sold locally.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't put a lot of things on there. And there was a lot of things that I pulled off of there because they didn't sell a lot. And it didn't make sense for me to keep putting out that money because, you pay a monthly fee on every item that's on there. So what I kept on there was the most popular items. And I keep wanting to be honest, I keep trying to get rid of this business. I just keep trying to ease out of it. But I'm so guilty. I am so guilty. Because if you just read, I mean, I don't have to tell you anything. You can literally just sit up and go through the comments about how this is helping their child or helping this person, or they never, it's just so many comments. And I'm like, how can I do this to them? They depend on this every month because it's helping with this. So that's what's making it hard because the prices just keep going up and up. And everybody keeps saying, you just need to raise your prices. And I don't want to. I have raised them over the years from where I started, but I don't want to keep raising the prices because times is hard. And in my mind,
Uh-oh.
I can understand what she's saying. Are you back? Okay.
yeah.
What are you
Oh,
gonna
you
say,
said
D?
you was going to, yeah, go ahead.
I was I was gonna say I understand what you say about raising the prices because I think I went up $5 doing the honey thing, and it's kind of hard when you're coming out your pocket and
Yeah,
everybody honey, and it's just a whoo.
it is. In every single items, the containers. I mean, what I pay for containers, the shea butters, the mango butters, the moringa butters, and all of these butters, these things have went up so high, and I just don't want to raise my prices any higher. So I was even willing to just bail out of the business because in my mind, what I was getting ready to say is people struggling to buy food and water and store. My items is not going to be at the top of their list. So I don't want to keep spending my money on these things and people are not purchasing anything
Right.
because, and I don't blame them, not at all, because your food, your water, your medication, your preps come way before any of this stuff that I'm making. But the people that are really getting helpful uses out of it, they will probably hang in there as long as they can. And on a note of just happened last night, I was making, because I have an order for eczema today, which she placed the order a week ago. I'm just not making it. But I have my local post office, I have almost everybody's child up in there has eczema. So I have an order to do eczema. And as I was making it last night, I got this call and I was just talking to someone. And I said, well, I need to hang up now because I'm getting ready to start the mixer. And, I won't be able to hear you. And then she said, oh, by the way, she said, it's called keratin balls, I believe. Keratin, Keratin.
Mhm.
That's those white balls that you may have up under your eyes. And a lot of people just hate them. They pick at them and then you just make them dark and you blister, bruise up your skin trying to get rid of them. So you generally need to go to a dermatologist or esthetician. Well, this person was telling me that an esthetician was coming in. I guess it's a friend. I don't know because I don't know who would travel to just come do that. So I think it's just someone who she knows that, and that's what a lot of them do. They trade, say just like me and Jag, say because say he sell honey and I sell what I sell. And because, hey, I'll give you this. So I think that's kind of what they do. They trade services. So this
Bartering.
person was, yeah. So this person was coming in today to remove this, which you have to do it with a sterile needle and some other kind of procedure.
Wow.
But what she was telling me, she said that turmeric green, no, tea tree turmeric soap that you gave me, she said, they're gone. She said, I cannot believe it. She said, I was talking to the girl and she said, well, I'll be here tomorrow. She said, and I was in the bathroom washing my face. She said, I was like, oh my God, they're all gone. So it's like you never know what these products do. That's why I always encourage people, especially with the times that's coming now, to start doing these things for your family. Start buying the ingredients, start getting books, start researching, and you can have these things at home for your family because these things are going to be too expensive for you to buy in the stores. And if
Mm-hmm.
they work for you, you want them. You want these products if you know they work. Now, this is how I really generated a list
Before
through
we go on,
people.
real quick, I'm sorry. What's the name of your shop on Etsy?
It's called Lady B Collections.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and so that's how I really generated the list that I do have because I knew what these items were doing for me. But then someone would request something and I would just make it for them. Okay. Example, my manager, she had cancer and she hobbled up to the desk one day and she was like, oh, Vanessa, I'm in so much pain. I'm like, what's wrong? She said, I have the chemo sores on the bottom of my foot. They blister
Mm-hmm.
because she had been on chemo for a long time. So now it was time for the strong stuff. They really was trying to save her. And so she was on the strong chemo, and she said the bottom of her foot just had sores all over them. And so she was just hobbling along. And I looked up at her, and I always do this and get mad at myself. I'm like, so I said, well, I can try to make you something. I can't guarantee it's going to work, but I'll try to make you something. So I went home, got in my books, started reading up what could possibly help her. I made this cream. I didn't see her for like a week because with her being on chemo, you really can't be around a lot of people. So they had like kind of stretched out her days where she wasn't there a lot. But the first time I saw her, we had a meeting at the St. Louis Zoo. And so I was sitting there. I didn't know if I was in the right room. I'm sitting in this room by myself. And I said, well, I'm just going to sit here and see if somebody shows up. Maybe I'm too early. And I kind of heard, oh, Vanessa. And I turned around. I'm like, oh, she said, it worked. It worked. And I was like, it did? She said, yes. She said, they're almost gone. She said, I have one tiny one left. And I was like, praise God. I mean, because I just, that's why I always tell you research, learn what these things do. This is something I never would have thought to make. I did it because I feel sorry for her and it worked. So then I put that also on. That's how things generated. And then a
Right.
lot of things, I got issues. Trust me, I have issues. But I don't have every disease or sickness in the world. So I cannot just verbally tell you this is going to work if you use this. This is going to work. I don't know these things. So a lot of my products came about because people tried them. And even though I said it was going to help with this, they came back and told me it helped with this. And I said, really? So I would add that to my list. So like, in case people ask and said, do you have something for this? And I would say, well, you can try this because it worked for someone else. So that's another way that my list had generated because I just had like the basic stuff on there, which I can name those things to you. Now I have something called the blemish control set. So it gets rid of the dark spots on your face and it has like antibacterials in it. So it stops more acne and,
Hmm.
blackheads and whiteheads and all those. It keeps them from coming up. So that was something that I made and everybody was using. So then later down the line, I was at someone's house and their friend was there and they said, "Do those work for chicken pox?" And I was like, I don't know. No, she said chicken pox scars. She said, because both of my arms are full of those dark circles and I just hate it. I just really hate it. And I said, I don't know. And a lot of times when I don't know, I would just give it to him. I said, I can give you a bar and you can try it and let me know. Well, that was 4 years ago and she's still ordering it. So it has lightened them down to the point where she is not as, uncomfortable about showing her arms. And so, and just like my pain minimizer. Now, this is for pain. I had a girl who sent a message to her relative and said, tell her, thank her so much because it helped me with my shingle pain. And the
Mm.
first thing I thought was, wait a minute, this thing has hot peppers in it. And I know shingles is an open wound, so I couldn't understand that. But then I guess it was maybe after the wounds had closed and she still had the soreness. There's because it's painful having shingles, I heard. And then you might have open wounds as well. So I guess either she didn't have the open wounds and just had the soreness, or the open wounds had closed. But I didn't know that. So I learned from people who buy these things. And I always tell them to get back. I don't tell people on Etsy because I don't know them. But people that I know, I said, let me know,
Right.
whatever results you get from this, let me know because I'm learning as well. I can tell you that this is why I made it, but it may go far from that because as we all know, a lot of ingredients work for a lot of different problems.
Right.
Okay, so I also have the eczema cream and soap. So you use the soap and then you come behind it with the butter. Okay, and I have the bug away repellent, which a lot of people have tried that. I have the Crown Glory hair growth shampoo bar. Now, this is something that I actually did a study with, which is what I generally do. If it's something that I'm putting out there for the first time, I don't put it out to everyone. I select a group of people. I said, okay, I call them up. I said, I'm getting ready to try. I made this hair growth. It's for shedding, it's for growth, it's for thickness. I said, and I want to try. So I think I sent it to maybe 5 or 6 people. I gave them so many bars and I asked them to try it. And and I knew what it did for me, but I wasn't going to say anything because I wanted their views. And when everyone came back with the same views, and one of the ladies, she has been buying it she buys it every Christmas. Guaranteed that I'm going to get a message from her every Christmas. And she buys more and more because she's turning more and more people onto it. But she said it doesn't exactly grow her hair. She said, but she said when she used to take a shower, she said it was just horrible to have to see all her hair going down the drain. So she said that's no longer a problem for her. Now,
Mm.
one of the let me tell you, it does work best, in my opinion, on the Caucasian people because I had one in my department. I mean, I told this story many times. Some of you've heard it, but the new people may have not. She was all of this was bald. So if you walked in the front of her, all if the light hit that, all you needed sunglasses. If you came up from behind her, all of that was just bald. So when I gave her, so I gave samples to all of these different people, and I said, just let me know. Just let me know what you all think. I said, dictate. I said, let me know, because a lot of people want to know anything for hair loss. Oh, that's what we're talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, dictate the
Uh-oh.
Slight freeze.
so a lot of people like to know. One of the first questions people ask when they try something is, how long did it take to work, right? So what I did was that's what I told him. I said, when you're dictating these things, write down when did you first see the little bit of peach fuzz? When was the first time, just dictate everything you saw for the first time, what time span it was, because I know these are questions that I'm going to get from this product. And so they did. And so after I gave this, and I really wanted to test her because she was the perfect person to know if this was going to work. But they end up changing our schedules. So I didn't see her for like 2 to 3 weeks. And I'm at home just, I wonder, I wonder is it working? I wonder is it working? So when I saw, so either I picked up a day or she picked up a day, because we didn't work on the same days anymore. And I could not wait to get there to see if it worked. And I came in from the back door. And when I came in and I saw the back of her head, I said, oh my God. So I ran to her desk and I went and looked in the front of her head. And I said, I know it's a stupid question. I was like, did you see your hair? And she was like, mm-hmm. I was like, oh my God. I mean, this woman had hair. And so one of the managers wanted to try it. But you know how it is when you've been working for someone for 20 plus years. All you ever known them is for what they do around this business. I've never known her to be able to do anything like that. How she know how to do that? She's mixing stuff together. I don't. So he wanted to try it deep inside, and it became the laugh of the department because he would pass by and he would just stare at the lady, and everybody like, girl, he want to try your stuff. So then he would make a comment every time he passed by. He had that big circle right here. I don't know if my pictures are still on Facebook because I do have a Lady V Facebook page, but I don't really use that page anymore. But if you go to Lady V on Facebook, their picture should be still there. You would see the lady who had the ball in the ball. You would see that she had hair, and he had the big circle right here. The only thing he did not like about it is because he was blind. He was blind. And I had in the directions, I told you this could change the color of your hair, where it changed him to almost like a brownish color. But he had no ball. So,
Okay.
yeah, it covered that whole clown circle up there.
Okay.
And so then I felt comfortable about putting it out to the world. So that's how Crown Glory came out.
So
Okay.
we're gonna have to turn this all black.
Oh, I don't know if it'll turn it black. It may turn it a color,
Oh, wow.
but I don't know what color it's going to turn.
Now I
Okay.
don't need to be walking around with no blue beard.
You might be a redhead now. You might have a redhead beard. I don't know. All it says, it turns your gray. But he wasn't gray, but it still turned him. But he had hair, so I figured, what you want? You want a scalp, or you want some brown hair?
Diana
Okay.
Homestead, no, it hasn't come in yet.
Okay, so I have the regular homemade soap. Okay, so you can get it scented. You can get it in oatmeal honey. You can get coffee oatmeal. And the coffee oatmeal is because coffee, which I think a lot of them people, and they keep buying and see a lot of people that I don't know, like I was saying on Etsy, if they don't put it in the reviews, I don't exactly know what they like about it. The fact that they keep ordering it over and over and over, but I can't tell you the purpose of why I put it in there. I put coffee in there because coffee is good for the dark circles. Coffee is good for cellulite. Coffee is good for aging. It's good for anti-inflammatory. So I don't really know what they just leave a review and say fabulous product, or I will continue to buy this, and you all need to check her out. So I don't really get basis of what exactly it's doing for them. But that was the purpose of me putting coffee in that soap, because I know it's good for the skin.
I know
Okay.
when I got my soap from you. Thank you again.
You're
My
right.
whole PO box was like scented. I was like, oh, okay, this must
I,
be.
I second that emotion.
yes, it is. But you can also, like I said, a lot of people like scent. A lot of people don't like scent. That's why I have the choices of both. And some people had audacity to say that it's not strong enough for them, and I'm like,
No,
what are you looking for? And
no, that,
sometimes I will add a little bit extra, and I'm like, why? I'm losing money on that. Why am I trying to make them smell like I don't know what? But yeah, go ahead, Jay.
no, that fella's too strong. If I put that on, a whole bunch of girls gonna be beating me up. And I'm not
Well,
talking.
yeah,
I'm not talking about the two-legged kind.
yeah. But it depends. Yeah, everybody have their choice of what they want. A lot of people,
Run out the box. What up?
want the scent, and some don't. So I do have plain butter that has absolutely nothing in it. So all you going to smell is the shea butters and the mango butters and the cocoa butters, like that. Okay, so then I also have the infant toddler eczema butter and soap as well. It's also a set. Then I have like the special bars of soap, which is the moringa and the pamper me. A lot of people like pamper me. You might always see Psalms, 146. She always throws that in the comments. She absolutely loves that pamper me. And it just reminds you of that. It's like an oasis for the woman. It's just like it pampers you. Okay. And so I have the spices. I have the salt-free, low salt, ha cha cha, barbecue, and the smoky greens. That's to put in your greens and I came up with that one because a lot of people are plant based and don't want meat in their greens. And what are greens without that smoky ham hock or that smoky neck bone or any smoky meat? So that's why I made that smoky so you can
Mm.
still enjoy the smoky, flavor in your greens.
All right
Any
now.
questions?
Well,
Nope.
I'm not sure which one you sent me, but I don't. Even when I eat ramen, I don't use the ramen pack. I use your
Oh
seasoning
yeah.
there. And mm-mm.
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm. So you sell online. You don't your fear of talking to people or whatnot. You wouldn't be considered like doing flea market or anything like that.
I do flea market.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Okay.
And you only have to do a flea market once around here. And then next thing you know, you're getting the email saying, we want you back. Okay. So I don't even be thinking about these people sometimes, and I don't remember the months that they call me. So now I'm scrambling around because one thing I don't do, I do not keep products on stock. I like fresh made products. I am a small business, so I can do that. So I don't have shelves and shelves of product. The only thing I might do in bulk is spices, and that's because they go so fast. Okay. So I like fresh stuff and I like to sell fresh stuff, and it's easy for me to do because I'm a small company and you order it and I make it. So it's fresh when you get it. And another thing is my products, like my butters, have oils in them. They are not like perfumes, they are not like colognes. So these oils do not last forever. You can buy a butter and you can set it on your dresser and don't use it. And then, hey, you might smell it because everybody smells things when they first get it, right? You might smell and go, "Ooh, that smells good," but then you don't use it. 8 months down the line, you go to pick it up and you go, "Where's the scent? This just smells like regular shea butter, body butter." Oils does not last inside of products like perfumes and colognes.
Mm.
So if you don't plan on using the product, it's really you're gonna have regular butter by the time you get ready to use it. Okay.
Okay.
So FYI. Okay, and I have a plantain butter. Now this
Mm.
butter, yeah. Now this butter is good for burns. If you've been bit by something, It's good for inflamed skin as well. So a lot of, and you know what? A lot of people buy things that has totally nothing to do with why I made it. You know, I've had people to post reviews and they pop up and I would see my product like on Facebook or whatever. So you know I'm gonna read it. And then they just talked about how beautiful my skin look and yada yada yada. And I'm like, okay. So I say I learn all the time from the people that use my product. Just like my blemish control. I have 3 people who buy blemish control religiously, don't have a blemish, not one blemish, but they say how beautiful it makes their skin. My BFF, may she rest in peace. She does my she did my website, which is why my website is not as nice as it used to be because you all know I am not computer savvy. So she the one did all of that. And so I would just give her whatever products. I would just randomly send her stuff. And she got hooked on the blemish control. She loved it. She would always advocate for it. And so one day someone at work said, what brand of makeup is that? She said, your face looks wonderful. She said, I don't wear makeup. She said, girl, stop. She said, what is the make? She said, I don't wear makeup. And the girl just wanted to argue with her. So she said, get a clinic and try to wipe it off. She said the girl went and got the clinic and was just wiping, just trying to get it. She said, oh my God, you don't have on makeup. So I have people to buy blemish bar just because they look good. It makes their skin nice and smooth. So go figure. I didn't make it for that, but if it's working for that, right, have at it.
Happy Mac wants to know, Grandma, would that tea tree soap work on my niece? She's got that chicken skin under her arms.
Chicken skin. Oh, is that like wrinkly? I don't know what. Oh, I know what a chick. Oh, I know how wrinkly chick. That's why I said wrinkly because I know how layered they skin kind of look. I don't know, Happy Mac. I really don't. But the tea tree is inside of the turmeric. And you know turmeric is for skin, period. You could just, anybody can research turmeric, benefits for the skin all day long and see. I'm literally using a plantain and jewel weed cream on my mosquito bites right now. See? There you go. That's what you plantain for. But like I said, a lot of these things, you may not, you may have bought it for something else and then just use it as an every.
Oh, it must be raining bad over there.
Come on back. Come on back. We right here waiting on you, girl. We waiting on you.
Haitian castor oil.
I don't know. It's amazing how we start these businesses. We didn't intend to start a business, but due to the fact of other people, we start businesses.
Yeah, word of mouth really does businesses.
Oh, okay. Carol told, yes, I knew someone had that. I had never heard of that word before. So I used to make her a special soap, and I don't know if it did, but she kept buying it, and she said I don't even know if I still have the recipe for that because when I do stuff just for one person, I may still have the recipe. I don't know. But this may not also be the weather because if you all was on my live the other day, I was telling you all that something is going on with the telephones and the internet. Now, I'm not saying that somebody is messing with things. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying 3 times a day or more, I could be sitting up watching one of you all on YouTube, blank. And then it comes up, you don't have, your internet is gone. And so we tried to play around with it to get it back, and you can't. You have to literally sit there and wait for the internet to come back on its own. This has been going on since, remember when things went down, cell phones went down, I've been having problems with TV and phone since. So I don't know, but this is probably not all weather because happens. This has been happening for the past couple months.
Well, I'm
Just knocks me straight off.
I know.
Even my phone. Go ahead.
Mary Grow with me needs some of your pain cream ASAP.
Okay, so you'll have to like email me and we have to go through another source because I can't sell that through because you will see the picture. Matter of fact, that is the picture you see when you pull up Lady V Collections. You will see the picture of my paint oil. This is what you will see on the picture, but they removed it. So when you see this blue label, this is the paint oil. But oh my God, these people buy so much of this. Now, this is what costs me the most money because people use so much of this. And because people are in pain. But ironically, a lot of people say, oh, when I'm at the festivals and they say, well, what's this for? Well, what's this for? And I start telling them about the pain or, oh, I don't have any pain. And I'd be saying, bless your heart, because some people literally have no pain. And I thought that was crazy. Do you have? Yes, I do have Spectrum. Yes, ma'am. It goes out 3 to 4 times a day out of nowhere. Okay, so you got a question?
Now I was gonna say they set a satellite. I'm not a satellite, but they set some stuff about 50 feet from my house, and that's
I
when I was having
remember.
all this internet problem and keep dropping off
Yeah.
Miss T and everybody else. But it got a little better.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is.
And my phone, I can just happen to pick up my phone and I can see missed call, and I look at the amount of minutes. The call just came through 3 5. I've been sitting here the whole time. Calls don't even come through. They said they went straight to because I was calling back. You call? They said yeah, it went to voicemail. And let me tell you what else happens when I am on the watching you all, and I go to put in a comment. The comment box is gone. I can't even comment. So I don't know what is going on.
I have that problem too. I don't know why it happened.
Yeah.
Some people I can go to their videos and I can watch the video, comment and everything. Now, like if I was to leave right now and go to somebody else's channel, it'll be about 3 minutes before the comment stuff come on before I do anything.
Exactly. Exactly. And then I feel bad because I will speak and then everybody starts speaking to me, and then I go to speak back, and I'm like, oh my God, they probably saying she's so rude. She see me speak, you know what I'm saying? But the comment section is gone. It's just a blank. And so sometimes, and another thing I have to do, if I hit, you all know, anybody know that I follow, I always share. When I come onto your page, I hit like and I hit share. So when I go back to the comment, it's the after comment. It's not the comment where the live comment, it's the after. So I literally have to go to your page to jump back on.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
David Corey wants your number.
Oh, Lord.
Let's see. Hey, Sammy.
My
I know y'all probably sick.
It's
Go
okay,
ahead.
sweetie. No, everybody coming in.
Now, David wants your number. Beware.
David, you can have my number anytime, just as long as you are pleasant. Okay? No nonsense.
Now.
No nonsense. Okay, so next is Pretty Face. This is another big seller. Pretty Face is generally for people of age. Okay? It just kind of smooths that skin out and make you not look as, So it has like a lot of powerful it has like a lot of powerful antioxidant. It has collagens in it, has peptides in them. So it has your hydration in them, your antioxidants, your glow. And so a lot of people like that. And so some people I just realized they are using the blemish soap with because the blemish soap was making people face pretty, and then the pretty face is making people face pretty. So they figure this is a win-win situation. So people are mixing these things up and doing whatever they want to do, but whatever works, baby, keep your
That's
youth.
it.
If that's what you want, keep your youth, okay? Okay, and then I have a snooze bar. Now this kind of just like mellows you out. So had a hard day of work and came home, took that shower. You put a little bit of snooze in between in your grooves. You put it like behind your knee, put it on the bottom of your foot and your feet. And it kind of just like puts you in a like, sometimes it knocks people straight out, sometimes it just mellows you out. Okay, that's the snooze bar. And then the whipped butter. Now, I know on my picture, you all see this pretty whipped butter. But then when you get it, you probably say, well, my butter don't look like that. Well, this is the butter I whipped this morning. The butter does look like this. But by the time it's packed down into this container, takes 3 to 4 days to get to you, then no, it does not look this pretty. But yes, this is how my butter looks. I just whipped this at 6 o'clock this morning because for my eczema butters, and this is how it does look. Okay, so the whipped butter and the soaps come in the exact sense. So
Mm-hmm.
so whatever you want in the butter, it comes the same thing in the soap. And
Miss Shirley said, which soap has turmeric?
it's called turmeric and tea tree.
All right. And
And
then
turmeric is also in moringa.
official Jamie is adding to her cart right now.
Right now. Right now.
Okay, so I think I covered everything. Like I said, I only have a small amount of items. I think that was 12 because I keep on here what people buy. And so outside of this, I've done videos. You all see a lot of videos. I do make the toothpaste. I make, lip balm. I make ear drops. I make all kind of hair cream that I use. And so those things I usually give away as gifts, because a lot of people like, oh, I wish I could use that one. I kind of remember what people say. So holiday come up, I might just secretly send them some of my, cream for the hair, whatever. It's a natural cream. So I sent, and then one thing about the Crown Glory, you cannot have relaxed hair because Crown Glory, you have to shampoo your hair twice a week. And twice a week does not work with relaxed hair, or that relaxer is not going to stay as long as it generally would, unless you already wash your hair. And then again, I don't know if it may try to strip it. So I made it for natural hair. But like I said, probably more Caucasians use it than, African Americans. Yes, it is a shampoo bar. Let me see if I can. See this brown? Yeah, see that brown bar that says Crown Glory?
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 bottles of shampoo bar. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, any more questions? Anyone? And the pretty face used to now, Coach. So when you look at my picture, you will see the pretty face is in a bottle like this. Well, I no longer have pretty face like this because there's a lot of problems with these pumps. And I hate when these people get this pump and the pump stops working on them because that is so irritating. And I know they be telling the truth because my pumps stopped working on me. So now Pretty Face now comes in a jar so you won't, and it's even better because you don't lose what's still up in the stem. You don't have to try to beat the end of it out at the end of the jar. So now it comes in this where you could just scoop it out. So a lot of people do like now that Pretty Face is in a jar and you don't waste any of it. Okay, any more questions?
So you want my face for that bottle?
For the Pretty Face? Am I frozen? Or you just not answering?
Well, I had to give you a good shot.
Oh, okay. So key lime is okay. Let me tell you, I don't even make these since I've taken deodorant off of my list. I don't even make it anymore. Key lime and lemons. I told you all this before. I literally have lemons sliced up in my refrigerator, or I buy the little liquid ones. That is my deodorant. I have the lemon and I have the lime. I spray it on my little soft balls or those little white things. You do that, and I put it on. That's what I use every single day for deodorant. I have not used my. I do have some left over from when I used to make it, but I do not use it. Lemon and lime cuts deodorants awesomely. And a lot of people say, well, don't that burn? It don't. Maybe if you've been rubbing hard, or maybe if you got some scratches up there, it might, but no, it does not burn. I use it every single day. Pure lemon, pure lime. So if you want to be that natural, because I told you, research it. There are 7 toxins in deodorant. 7. So why do so many women have breast cancer? I don't know. I don't know if there's a link, but I do know there's 7 toxins in deodorant. And where does breast cancer start? With the lymph nodes under the armpits. That's all I have to say about that.
I was gonna put a pause on you, but I'm not gonna be that. I'm not gonna be that fella. But you said use the lemon. Lemon is deodorant.
Yeah, I use a real whole lemon. I got them sliced up in the refrigerator. Yeah. Or I use and so when I don't have time, well, I buy the containers in case I don't have the lemon. I prefer the lemon and the whole. I just cut the top off, squeeze it on, or I squeeze it onto like I said, the little white things. But if I'm in a hurry or if I don't have that, I'll just bring those little squeeze things. I have both of them, the lemon and the lime, and that is my deodorant every day, all day.
All day.
All day. And it works.
How did you start doing gardening? Where were you raised gardening, or did you pick it up as an adult?
That is an absolute great question. I am the only gardener that I know in the history of my family. And I don't even consider myself a gardener. I consider myself somebody who know how to make some food. Because I don't know you can never ever put me on a panel to answer some questions. I can only answer you what I'm doing in my garden. But if you get to start asking me timelines and what is this going to do and what this bug and what's that, no. I have to read the book just like you do. I do not consider myself a gardener, but I can grow some food. If you've been following me, you see it every year. How did I start? I did grow back in the 80s by accident. My daughter was, I was at work. And when I came home from work, my husband said, I hope you don't be mad. And I'm thinking something has happened to my child. I'm like, what? He said she was bored. I found a pack of seeds. I gave them to her. I let her go out there and drop some seeds. And I'm like, whew, oh, okay, that's fine. Baby, when I tell you we had enough tomatoes to feed the whole St. Louis area. And you know, me and him looked at each other. We was like, wait a minute here. So we went and got some manure. All we had. That's why I do not use. When I first came, I didn't know nothing about bone meal and all the blood meal and reticulite, and I knew nothing about that. We used the dirt in the ground, and we went and got some cow manure. And back then it was funky. I don't think it's funky now because I see you all just grabbing it with your hands. But back then, baby, that was the longest drive home with that stuff in the back of the car.
I do want to hide the Blacks Tropical. They also do a lot of making things from scratch out of nothing. Okay, so I just want to get with them. I'm gonna have to send them an email about coming on the show also. But yeah, I don't do it with my hands. I don't know who you've been watching, but I'm not touching it.
Oh, you gotta be kidding! I see everybody just sprinkling this. I said, okay, that must have changed in my time.
I think it's the same.
And then I see. No, because theirs is actually dry. Back then, ours was like mud. Probably the real down to earth.
Yeah. Yeah. I did that. I started a garden. I started gardening where I used to live at, and my mother-in-law, well, actually, she didn't want. I want to start a garden. You're only gonna be here 30 days, but she wanted to do a garden. And I had to go out and get fresh manure out the field. just to make her happy, and we mix it all in.
Yeah.
I squeeze our lemon once a week and put it in a spray bottle. Best deodorant, hands down.
All
I'm
right.
telling you all, I'm telling you all, if you want to get away from these chemicals, it is possible. It is very possible. And you know, I know a lot of people out here saying, I don't have time for that. Well, if things go south, you won't have a choice. So you need to start learning these things and save yourself some money. And you don't
Yeah,
have to worry about it coming across the news. Such and such was just recalled. Such and such was just pulled off the shelves. You won't have
that's
to
a
worry
fact.
about that. You make your own.
Okay. I think a lot of people are jotting down the lemons on the grocery list. That's weird for doing.
Absolutely.
Oh well. Yeah, my
Well,
dad, he hates it. He's like, you all these little containers and stuff. Yeah, I do. I do. Because over the winter, it snowed. I didn't really grow. But I'm like, I'm saving them for now that it's starting to warm up. And he's like, you just got all these containers out here. Sir, let me do my thing.
well, alleged farmer. If you come to all my family, I'm the only one with a fruit forest, my garden, and all that stuff. Now you go to my other family, you might find a little garden, probably a 4x4, and that's it. But as far as all the fruits and all the stuff, they ain't got it. They wait till my stuff come in, then come up here and eat up my stuff. Hey Tamika, how you doing?
Hello, Tamika. F. Smith. Haven't used commercial deodorant in over 20 years. But
Awesome.
I didn't use lemons. Rubbing a slice under my armpits. Oh, haven't used lemons right now.
That's one of the things right there. Dealing with the bees and stuff, I stopped using a whole bunch of colognes, deodorant, anything that has a big smell to it. I just stopped using it. Period. Sometimes I said I'd be better going out with the bees smelling musty. It's just normal. But if I put on all that right guard and all that other stuff, something gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Just cutting up the
Yeah.
lemon right now as we speak.
Baby, plain old lemon. Plain old lemon or plain old lime. That's I when I go to the store just to buy them, that's what they for. I don't use them. I mean, if I need it in my food, then I buy extra. But that's all I buy it for. I mean, that's saving me the wax. Do you know how much those beads cost? The I can't think the name of it that you have to use to the beeswax. That's what you make
Mhm.
deodorant out of. Do you know how much beeswax is now? So
Yeah,
yes, maybe yeah.
especially if you don't
Use
have your own bees. Yes.
so yeah, simple.
So, okay, so for the lemons, do you just once a day, like in the daytime, you just put it, or do you have to reapply?
It lasts, no ma'am, no ma'am. It lasts all day long. Now I'm not saying about everybody, and I know I'm a hot flash mama, baby. I got a fan on me right now. So if it can take me through all day, because I'm this all day at night, the blankets on, the blankets off, the blankets on, the blankets off. So if I can sweat the way I do and get away with this, once a day, then try it. I mean, how much is a lemon? And they even getting high. I'm not going to say how much is a lemon. A bag now is what, $5? So just
Just buy
try
a
it. That's
tree.
all you can
Buy a
do.
tree.
Just try it.
Okay.
But like I said, if you one of them ones that scrub, some people just like scrub up under their armpits. Now that might burn because now you have already broke your skin and irritated it. But if your
Mhm.
skin is not irritated, it is not going to burn. And a lot of
Right.
people just cannot fathom that it don't burn, but it doesn't. If there's nothing wrong with your skin. But yeah, but no, I now there I'm sure there were some gardeners before my time, and I've never. But my grandmother, my great grandmother, that's where the family starts with me, the great grandmother on down, because we all used to live together. There was no gardening, so yeah, I just went. I did it back in '80s when my daughter did that thing. So then we started a garden, and then I didn't do it again until I think it's 4 or 5 years now. And I just happened to just buy a few starts, and that just blew up. And I like the way that looked. And then when I found YouTube and then learned that I wasn't going by none of the rules, and I didn't know none of what they knew, but I knew how to grow some food. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm
it.
like, bone what? Yeah. So that's why I didn't buy all those things when I heard them talking about it, because I'm like, but I've been doing it this long and I've been getting food. So yeah, but I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone. I don't even know friends. And I be trying to tell them, you need to start a growing, and everybody got their own excuse by, honey, I kill a plant. I can't grow this. And nobody's doing anything. So I kind of given up. I'm tired of trying, tell people that they should be doing these things. So no, I don't know anyone.
Do you have any other simple hacks to share with us that'll help us out? Thanks for everybody tapping in.
I think.
Somebody.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Girl, you get hurt that way? Jesus Christ. You see me, I'm about, baby, didn't they say do it and then ask questions later?
Somebody better learn or not.
Baby, I just can't really think. It's just a lot of simple hacks, and a lot of them are like right in your home. Right. Mixing this with something you already got, like mixing this with this. If you people just watching my videos, they'll see how I use I had rosemary, I put with peppers, and I put did I put alcohol? I just come up. I tell you, it's so much up here. I told y'all that the other day. It's so much up here because I do so much. But I have made stuff for rubs, for the pain. And if you know your herbs, that's what's going to help you. If you know what, say this herb, say that's good for this and this, then that's when you get creative. You start mixing these things, and next thing you know, you got jars of this and jars of that. And people always coming to me for something because they know, it's just like something for so and so, I do.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm living a full life said, greetings, everybody just coming in from out the bushes. Sometimes you have to get your body acclimated certain things because you're so used to using them commercial products.
Right.
That's true. That is true. And I told people that when they first start buying, but that's when people were saying that they would buy those deodorants in the store. And they said it don't even work. Well, if your armpits have been using chemicals all your life, chances are the very first time, probably the first 3 weeks that you put that on, you're going to think it doesn't work. But your body has to get acclimated to that because your body is used to chemicals. But once you get those chemicals out of your body, the least things will help, your body that you didn't even think it would. But yeah, our bodies are so conditioned to chemicals. I don't think mine is as much because I don't do the shampoos anymore. I don't do the skincare. I don't do a lot of chemicals. But like I said, I'm not saying I'm chemical free because I'm sure, because I still shop at, go to the grocery store. I still have to get foods. I know there's still some pesticides, even if it does say organic. I know I still have these things in my system, but I don't have, let's say, as many as I had in my body 30 years ago. Okay? So yeah, you just have to work on this and getting these things out. Yes, lemons do lighten as well.
My daughter, because she's about to be a nurse and everything, so she's always looking up like organic stuff and trying to help me with my arthritis and things like that. And I'm like, oh my goodness, but I do appreciate it. It feels a little different because it's not what I'm used to, but yeah, my baby.
Absolutely, change is different. Change is absolutely different. And what amazes me is this doctor can tell you, here, I want you to go pick this up at the pharmacy, and you running off to the pharmacy.
That's it.
And you get this flyer, and it says you may cause kidney disease, may cause blindness, may cause brain damage, may cause cancer, and you all for it. But when someone try to tell you something natural, you don't know. My doctor wrote me this. So what can you do? I've
Mm.
heard ladies use lemon to bleach or highlights of their hair. Possibly. I don't doubt it because lemons can, lighten.
Hey, boss
But
lady.
yeah, it's so many things. It's so many things in the garden.
Mint
You know,
leaves.
I push herbs all day, all night. Just read up on your herbs, all of them, your kitchen herbs. And then the other herbs that's not in your kitchen, but simple. I told them last night, if you went on my live, well, night before last, whenever I did it, I told them when I was sick for 4 months and was still waiting, going through the process of trying to find out what was going on with my body. I survived with herbs because I didn't know what to do. The doctors were not helping me. And it was just miserable to just sit up miserable. And so I knew what herbs was for this and I knew what herbs was for that. And like I said, you have to take a break from herbs. You cannot keep just repetitionally using the same herbs over and over. So say you got 20 herbs that you know help with this. You take so many in this cup of tea. Then the next day you might use another group for this tea, and then you just keep rotating and rotating so you're not consistently using the same thing over and over. But I wouldn't have gotten through if I did not know anything about herbs and knew what they could do for me. So get you some books, go online. Books are expensive, not all of them, but most of them are. But go online
Right.
and print these things out and keep them with you because it's going to help. It really is. But yes, I prefer natural all day long.
Right. Bayou Sugar, I started putting that on my grandson. He's about to hit 6 feet, and he's getting ready to turn 12. And he talked about his need this and need that, and he's just overgrowing them knees. That's all.
Trust the process. Okay. It does take time for your body to adjust to the natural products. Thank you, F. Smith.
Uh,
Heritage.
Y'all tried the heritage oil. What heritage oil?
Castor oil.
Oh,
Uh,
oh.
that's another thing too. I told my wife, I said, when you get back on
Would
your
you
feet,
be talking about this?
yes,
That's
yes,
it's next. Yes, baby.
yes,
This goes everywhere with me.
yeah. I told my
This
wife,
goes everywhere with me.
as soon as you get back on your feet, uh, you're gonna be a castor oil baby. I'm gonna wipe your whole body down at night.
Oh, my. Okay.
No, it
Yeah.
ain't that one, Miss T, but her whole body getting it.
Oh, what's your favorite go-to herb?
Me?
Yep.
Oh, who you talk? Me?
Yeah.
My best herb is rosemary. And for those who do not know, and I hate saying stuff over and over and over, but everybody's not in your lives all the time. Rosemary has a lot of benefits. But if you have a senior in your family or someone who's going through dementia, rosemary is good for the brain. You can set up a diffuser in their room and just let them inhale that rosemary. That
Mm.
is a great benefit. But rosemary, oh, I drink the rosemary tea I drink all my herbs. My herbs don't go to waste. That's something that will never go to waste, which is why when all of us are saying, what are you going to grow this year? What are you going to grow more of? What are you going to grow less of? What are you not going to grow again? I am going to double, triple, quadruple my herbs because I use herbs. And last year, especially with that sickness, I used a lot of herbs. During the winter, I use a lot of herbs. And I was telling them the other day on my live, mixing that mountain tea with that mullein is a win-win for upper respiratory and for your lungs. Okay, so
We get a little
Baker's Creek.
up in here.
Yeah,
I didn't hear.
Sherry. I had my shot of cayenne this morning too.
My aunt does that shot of cayenne.
Hmm.
Banana skins are good for lightening spots on the body
I'm,
too.
I'm,
Not
I'm
only
hoping I don't have to keep taking all this
What is that?
blood pressure and pain pill and all
Oh,
that. Hey,
have you tried?
you see it's full, right? I ain't been taking it.
Have you tried the blood pressure herbs?
Yes and no.
Well, Jay, I mean, well, if you want to get off of that, you need to play around with it and see what you can do. Did you see me on my live the other day talking about the berberine?
Yes, ma'am. I was there. I
Yeah.
I, I got it written right there.
Okay. All right. You see, Michael tuned in the chat and said he no longer takes his blood pressure medication. He takes berberine and been taking it for years now. So yeah, if you can ease up off of some of this medication, there's a will and a way. And a lot of people, doctors say, okay, well, it's working for you. Some doctors may get an attitude because you know,
I'm gonna have to see where I can find me
came
some
off with it.
berberine.
Oh, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. The best brand is, I'm going to tell you what the best brand is. This is the brand my doctor recommended, and he recommended it because he said it is a clean company that well, he didn't tell me this, but the pharmacy that I went to pick it up, they said this is what he chooses because it is a clean, um, he could trust the brand. Oh, I don't even have it in here.
I'm
But
sorry, I had a little
it's
phone
a
call. But did we say that cayenne? Jana wants to know: is cayenne for pain? Is that what we use it
yeah,
for?
It's for
yeah,
pain too.
yeah.
Okay.
I, I
It's
kind
really
of
good for pain.
I kind of put cayenne
It's in
sauce
here.
on
It's in
a
my
lot of
pain
my food.
minimizer.
Okay.
I kind of put it
Yeah,
in all my food, especially when I got rice. I just use cayenne sauce. I put that on my rice and I just eat it.
it's also good for the GI system.
So, what type of rice are you eating? This hot rice? I'm trying to understand. Like what?
No, when I get regular white rice,
Uh huh.
I put the hot sauce, the pepper sauce on it, and I just mix it up, and that's what I eat. Whatever else I'm eating, I just won't put no gravy and stuff on my rice. It's just hot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
these things that you all have in question, just write them down and do your research because I can tell you about it being good for GI. Someone else can tell you it's good for pain. Someone else can tell you it's good for something else. See, look at South Florida. She did Jags. South
Right.
Florida just said yeah.
Celtic
So
sauce.
oh.
no, the berberine.
Okay. Official gave
So
me a
we
good order.
So
Oh.
yeah, we can all tell you something different about what something like cayenne pepper could do for you. But once you start researching it, it's going to go far beyond what we mentioned. And that's with every herb. Absolutely. Magnesium is also in here. There is this is patent. This is patent. I'm telling you, when I got this patent, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, the and I kind of got nervous because the lawyer he went over the paperwork and he said, "Are you a chemist?" And I got scared because I thought he was getting ready to say this little not, everyday person is not getting ready to come in here with this stuff and want us to patent it, and she don't even have a degree, so or you're a chemist, and I was like, no. He said, well, we have a chemist here. He said, let me go get him. So the chemist came in and the chemist went through my paperwork and he said, you're not a chemist? And I was like, no. But yeah, I managed to figure that's what research does for you. This has the magnesium, this has more than cayenne pepper. This has about 7 to 8 peppers in it. This
Oh.
has a lot of stuff because I researched to find out what would help with pain. And I'm telling you, they buy the crap out of this for pain. So,
Okay.
but
Thank you.
Etsy would no longer let me sell it.
Official Jamia, thank you for your purchase for Lady V. And then Black's Tropical Homestead said, my thing with a lot of herbs is having them readily available all the time. I want what I can grow. Cayenne, castor oil are amazing for everything, but magnesium is a must because we are deficient.
Right.
Absolutely.
And Sherry is the reason I used the magnesium spray that you wipe on and everything. Mix it up yourself and just spray it on your body and all. Yeah. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Sherry.
Somebody asked for her channel. It's My Renaissance Grandma.
Yes.
Right here on the tube.
And magnesium, and just a little note, magnesium can make you a little sleepy. It does not work that way on everyone, but I have a client who I actually met her in a nutrition store. I heard them asking them for something, and they was taking her from item to item to item to item. And when she came over there close to me, I didn't want to be trying to do business in here. I'm like, if you want to meet me outside, I can tell you about something that may help with that.
Come on outside with
me. Her name is also, and we both have the same name, And so when we got outside, we introduced each other, and I said, well, I have this product. And when I do that, I do not sell it to you. When I approach you about something, I'm not trying to make a sale. I'm trying to help. I said, I used to carry these things in like sample bottles in my car when I first started the business. I would just carry things with me. I said, and you could try it. Well, this would knock her out. It would knock her out. She said, oh my God. So she couldn't even take it when she had to leave the house. And I know that does not work on everyone, but everybody's system is different. And she said she had a sister-in-law that she was taking shopping one day. And the sister-in-law was in pain, and she gave her some of this. She said by the time they got to the mall, the sister-in-law was knocked out. And she said they had to go back home because they couldn't even shop. So it does not work that way for everyone, but just know if you're using magnesium and you're feeling a little drowsy, that's it. It's not like you don't. I'm just telling you this so you won't be like, well, what happened all of a sudden? Well, all of a sudden, I'm just a little sleepy, a little drowsy. I'm just telling you it can have that effect.
And that's what most people need is some sleep.
Mrs. Telling, what that mean?
Oh, that's her name. I just came off my medication naturally. I know that's right. What's the brand for berberine?
I thought I had it sitting right here. Hold on.
We got time. Don't rush. We got time.
Do we? I hear you. Let me see. Congratulations. Hallelujah. The Black's Tropical.
Yes.
Peak is vitamin appeal effective areas. I am getting so encouraged that Black's Tropical. Yeah, I just sent Black's Tropical an email seeing when she's able to come on here. Welcome in, Garden State Gardener.
How you doing, Garden State Gardener?
I need something for my bones. Okay, these are definitely the people to talk to.
Right.
Natural remedies.
Because I'm not an old fella, but I remember back in the 60s and the early 70s, people wasn't getting all this sick and all this other stuff and wasn't using all these chemicals and stuff. But now, hey, we just got to go back to the old way.
Well, while she's getting that together, Tampa's in the hospital, the emergency room, low potassium. Anything to help with that?
Is that her or someone else?
No, she's in the emergency room.
Oh.
Bananas.
Bananas.
Yeah.
I hope you like bananas.
It's not just bananas, but bananas is a great source.
That's just the quickest way. Banana.
Thank you, Miss Netta.
All right, you got a name on that berberine, young lady?
Yes, it is integrative therapeutics. Can you see it? Wait a minute.
Oh Lord, I can't.
Oh, you can't.
Integrated. Integrated what?
Therapeutic.
Therapeutics. Therapeutics is integrative therapeutics. THERAPEUTICS. This is
All
what
right.
he recommended, and the pharmacist told me that this is a brand that he felt was safe, and that's why. Because I said, well, I got berberine at home. I have 5 bottles at home because I bought it for someone else doing if we had to have the SH, and I knew that they're diabetic because it's that's what I'm saying. You have no idea. And then when my doctor told me, I said, so I got some at home. I said, but I got it for diabetes. I said, can't you use it for diabetes? He said, you can use it for a lot of stuff. So that piqued my interest. And so I came home and did a thorough, oh my God, you can use, please Google berberine, research it, get a book, find a study, all of that. And you will find there may be something going on in your body that berberine may also help.
Mm.
Yes, I make my own magnesium. I buy the little chip things and I make it myself. So I
Okay.
don't know if I've ever bought the liquid.
Fresh and Fine said
So
magnesium is relaxing. It helps her rest.
yes, absolutely. Yeah. Do you use rosemary in plant form or do you use it in the oil? I use the plant when I'm making, like when I said when I added it with the cayenne peppers and I was trying to make a pain oil, because a lot of diabetics cannot take a lot of essential oils. So when I'm making stuff for people who cannot have essential oils, you have to use the plant. So that's when I use the rosemary and the cayenne peppers, and everything is so natural, and they could use that to rub on their knees. But when I want to, for inhaling, I have them in diffusers around the house because the people with dementia don't only need a strong brain, all of us need a strong brain. So I
Mm.
even have them as well. So I use the essential oil for my diffuser. So yes, I use them both.
Uh, okay. So Miss Netta said, had low blood pressure all my life, turned 50 and gained 40 pounds up. I have high blood pressure. So once we know better, we do better. I'm just saying, it does calm these kids, it for sure. And Lady V, I'm going to email you about that pain rub.
Okay.
Black, Black's Tropical. Which magnesium do you recommend? Drinking pickle juice. Is that helpful?
A lot of people say it is, but I have, the sodium. A lot of people use pickle juice and if it works for you, fine. But my family, I mean, when we're in the grocery store, we're reading, um, we're reading
Old fashioned phone.
labels for sodium. So I know a lot of people say it works, and that's fine. But
Integrated
I
therapeutic.
don't, I don't I love pickles and I only eat them every once in a while. So I can't even imagine drinking it. Now I even heard of indigestion, and I have GI issues. So I'm even a little skeptical about trying to use it for that. And I will use mustard. If I get desperate, I will use a little bit of mustard for GI, and that's because of the vinegar that's in the mustard.
Boss Lady, I put her name. It's actually my Renaissance grandma. That's her name. Uh, yeah, it's right there. You type that in YouTube, and you will find her quick, fast, and in
Maybe
a.
she's talking about the lady. Is she talking about the Lady V name?
Oh yeah, Lady V is the
Oh,
Etsy. She said,
yeah,
"What's her name?"
Lady V collection. Oh, yeah.
Integrated therapeutic brand.
Vitamin D.
I guess we all getting phone calls today.
Okay. Coconut water. I'm trying to make myself love coconut water. I'm trying so hard to make myself.
Yeah, I get you. I drink it too, and it's not a favorite at all.
Right. You make your own magnesium oil. Look into the benefits of 9F magnesium chloride. It can fix so many issues. Love avocados. I've been eating a lot of those lately. Oh, potatoes also have potassium, but you have to eat the skin. Oh, her eyes are acting up. Okay. Yeah, her name on the panel is My Renaissance Grandma. She has an Etsy shop. The Etsy shop, you go on Etsy.com and type in Lady V Collections, and she pops right on up. The sun is good. I love bananas. It's so low that it's causing chest pains and other issues.
Oh
Girl.
no.
Let me see. Is anybody growing avocados?
And she at the right place if she in the ER because they need to like do an IV and get some in her ASAP.
Okay. TV Guide is up.
They probably gonna give her IV anyway. If she's in there for it, they're gonna give her IV.
Oh, okay, so Almost Homestead with Janet has 11 o'clock premiere, and then nobody else goes live or any premieres or nothing going on in the YouTube streets till 6 o'clock.
Today is Monday. Ain't much going on Monday.
Okay, let me see. I'll be over, G Mama. I'll be over.
That's integrated therapeutic berberine,
Good
1,500
morning.
milligrams.
Let's see.
You hear me, G Mom? I mean, not G. My Renaissance
You
Grandma.
talking about my? I don't know. You know what? It's so bizarre that Tampa always call her name when she's trying to talk to me. So I don't know what about these two names. It really did not say, but it's called berberine complex. But I don't know. This one is probably mainly for GI. I don't know which berberine. There's a lot of berberines out there. This one says complex, and when you research complex, it generally talks a lot about the GI system. So I would suggest you research berberine complex and see if it's for other things other than GI. And if so, then just research berberine because berberine covers a lot of things. I actually had it pulled up on one of my things because I had already researched it, but when my doctor made that comment about it's for a lot of things, that made me research it even more, and I found stuff that second and third time around that I didn't even know the first. So it helps a lot of things. So please do research it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check all these remedy books I got over here. The herbal remedy
Yeah.
and a herbal medic and all the stuff I got sitting over here on the side.
And you all make sure you have the spelling right because there are a lot of things that are spelled similar and you might be researching the wrong thing. But and then some things do have different name. The name is the same. So you just have to really be careful when you're researching that you are talking about the exact same product.
Okay. A lot of people
Okay,
are
so this is just go ahead.
No, I'll just read RL.
Okay, so this is just a quick rundown that I put up. You can look under Healthline or MD WebMD, but this one says berberine is a compound that has been associated with several benefits, including decreased blood sugar levels, increased weight loss, better heart health, reduces belly fat.
Okay, now.
What else? PCOS, high cholesterol, heart disease, digestive diabetes. It goes on and on. That's why you have to get in those books and read it for yourself. And like I said, you may have something going on with your body, and it may be inside of berberine. And berberine is natural. It's natural as me finding them in what looks like bark. You know, they look like the bark of a tree. So I literally just broke them, and he said, because I called the pharmacist. And no, I called the person who sold these because I was looking for it in a seed. You all know we all about the seeds. So when my doctor recommended this, I immediately went for the seeds, but I found this instead. And but it didn't come with any instructions. So I emailed him and he said, break 2 to 3. And I did 2 because I never start off with maximum when I'm doing something new. So as I was breaking them in half, the bark started coming off. So I just went ahead and finished pulling the bark off, which I had already cleaned it good because, I mean, this is the bark of the tree and you don't know who's been handling it. So I cleaned them already. But as I was breaking them up, the bark started coming off. So I peeled all the bark off. And then I made tea out of it. So I took my blood pressure because I was just testing it. You know, I'm taking it for GI, but because I'm trying to help a friend of mine with blood pressure, I wanted to test it with blood pressure. So I taken my blood pressure right before I consumed the tea, and then I taken the blood pressure after I taken the tea, and the numbers had dropped down about 5 to 6 points. So it is good for blood pressure. So
Okay. Did you get that at
and
a health food store?
I got this at Etsy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it
Berberine
has and it has turmeric in it. So how wrong can you go with turmeric? See the turmeric?
Uh-oh.
So your
Mm-hmm.
water is going to be yellow.
Sounds like grow more cayenne to me, but that's personal choice. We like herbs we can grow and produce ourselves. A lot of herbs have help with multiple things. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Buddha.
Let me see.
But you said that's a root right there that you have, my Renaissance?
Well, it was called bundles. Let me see what the actual name is. And it comes under, let me see if I have it in here. It comes under 4 names. I think that's still in here from my live the other day. Yes, it comes under 4 names in case you start researching it and then you say, well, it's not under that name. It came under yellow root. It came under this exantheriza. It comes under golden seal, and it comes under berberine. So when you are researching berberine, if you see any of these names within it as you're reading it, then you know that's the correct product. But when I ordered it, it came under yellow root. I put in berberine, but this pulled up. And those are the bundles.
Okay. Yeah, because
$21.99.
I'm gonna check the health food
See,
store that I usually go to see if they got it.
it's called yellow root bundles, dried herbs, and then that has that exanderizer, and then it has this long S word. And in here it even says it's a remedy for bladder infections as well. And it comes from the Appalachians of where? Georgia. It's made
Ooh,
right there in yes, it's from the Appalachians of Georgia.
shoot, down the street from me. Down the street.
And the man name is by Payne Mountain Farms.
Payne Mountain Farms.
The name Payne, Payne Mountains Farms. And if you read his reviews, you see how many people use this. All the reviews were excellent, but no one had explained how to use this. They just were saying how great it was. So that's why I had to email him to ask him, well, what do I do with these things? And that's when he told me break 2 to 3. And that's for a pot. Don't do like me. I put it in 1 cup and it knocked me out cold. So don't do that. And it made me feel like I had a little bit of, puffy puff. But anyway, Put it, make a pot with the two. When you break up the two, and you know not to boil them, you know to boil the water. You do this with all herbs. You don't ever boil herbs. You boil the water and you pour the hot water over the herbs.
Oh,
Okay.
Good morning, Shane.
hey, stay.
Let me stay. My bad.
So I know Black Struggle says she's about to leave to go do her video or premiere. And then we have Almost Homesteading with Janet. Are there any other questions that we have? Because we got other people doing premieres. And yes, Crooked Peach did a premiere this morning. Shout out to everybody doing premieres. Mondays is kind of slow, as you can see, because we don't have anybody else until 6 p.m. Let's see. Any more questions? Any more questions? Do your research. Thank everybody for coming in here. We got 63 people all together up in here. Once again, if you go on Etsy, I'm not sure if one of the moderators could drop it again. Etsy.com, Lady V Collections, and she will pop right up. You can check out everything that she has. TZ says she's been listening. This was fantastic. Thank you, Renaissance Grandma, for sharing your knowledge and remedies. Ramboo Boo said you are amazing.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, everybody in the chat we didn't get to, but thank you. Welcome in.
810 Windsor. Bayou said she's going to be going live in about an hour from
Doing medical herbs and series.
Medicinal herbs.
I was struggling.
Yeah, we do.
I guess
Yeah,
that's
we
what we
need
brothers
all this.
and sisters.
We need all this herb information because this medicine and the recalls and the medicines that's not even on the shelves anymore. So this is the best thing for us to find alternatives for ourselves, because you can go and pull up the list of medicines that are not in stock and they're trying to get them in. So if this is one of your vital medications that you really need, you need to start trying to find alternatives. And I even talked to her about my doctor, and I mentioned to her, I said, do you see the list? She's like, yeah. So I said, do you know it's 8 pages long? She said, yeah. So we got to help ourselves, you all. So everybody that's talking herbs, learn. And I appreciate you for inviting me on. I had a great time. I hope everyone learned something.
Sorry, don't mind me. Just
No
She
problem.
talking, but it stopped on.
Do I need to send you a recipe?
okay, send me some rosemary or something. No,
She needed a recipe on stop eating. She got to regulate when she need to eat and stuff, because she was at the wrong time. I'm hungry.
I know, always at the wrong time. I have a scratchy throat, and then I'm over here trying to eat these scratchy Cheez-Its down my little.
No.
A double no, okay? I love this live. I'm talking to Black Tropical right now. Maybe we'll get with her sometime this week. In about an hour, Bayou Sugar is going to be doing another.
Thank you, Sandra.
Yes. Bayou Sugar will be going live next in an hour.
Is it Jan going?
Yeah, she's live. Oh, she's doing her premiere now. So we went from 65 to 47. So I think we're good. Everybody went to check out the premiere. Great live. Child, you better make those. Girl, I'll be seeing you all the time. Black Tropical will be like, hey, we can make that from scratch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cereal, pineapple or something, and hibiscus, I want to say, pop. I was like, wow.
And when it comes to food, let Bobby just say, Sherry, I think I like this. She gonna make him some Oreo cookies or some Fig Newtons. She just gonna do it.
Okay. But yeah, let's check out Almost Homestead with Janet. Everybody, thank you again for coming in. Thank you, Renaissance Grandma.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, my Renaissance Grandma and Miss T.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
See y'all tomorrow.